a town council member who is a visionary of a greater commitment to equity, diversity, and inclusion. She is the board liaison to the town's idea board and a member of today's planning committee. The term freedom. Councilmember Robin Wilt takes the term by storm. Please help me welcome Councilmember Robin Wilt.
You honor me. Thank you. And what a tough act to follow, Maya Angelou. I want to thank everyone for being here today, and I want to offer comments from the entirety of the town board to recognize this occasion. Born in October 1926, Opal Lee, the so-called grandmother of Juneteenth, spent much of her life advocating for civil rights. When she was just 12, her family home was vandalized and set ablaze by white supremacists, none of whom were arrested. It led her down a lifetime path of trying to force the nation to pay respect to those impacted, oppressed, or killed by racism throughout U.S. history. Each year, on Juneteenth, she and her family in Texas go on a picnic and celebrate the day in 1865 when enslaved Black people in Galveston, Texas, learned that they had been freed over 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation took effect. Lee's struggle demonstrates how jubilation and celebration has been an effective tool that has allowed individuals and groups to shift the impact of negative narratives and events in their favor. It epitomizes joy as an act of resistance, resilience, and reclamation of Black humanity. In its simplest form, jubilant is an adjective that describes a feeling of great happiness or triumph. It is often used to express exuberance, elation, or a sense of victory. When someone is jubilant, they are filled with joy and excitement, radiating positivity and enthusiasm. In essence, the spirit of Jubilee encompasses a broader scope than jubilance, encapsulating not only personal joy, but also the commemoration of significant events, the pursuit of justice, the pursuit of renewal. Social activism can take many forms: protests, petitions, boycotts, art, running for office. But joy can also be a revolutionary tool against systems of oppression. Black joy, as an act of resistance against white supremacy, takes center stage on Juneteenth. Black joy affirms that I am not a victim. I am an agent of change. It rejects the idea that violence, injustice, discrimination, prejudice, and dominance over others are normal and accepted actions. It holds instead that development is a manifestation of one's ability to grow and succeed, to move beyond the here and now into a progressive future that includes the future of those who are yet to be born. Personal or collective development is the part of humankind that allows us to soar. Enslaved African Americans understood that they were not free, and yet they believed and they knew that there were generations coming after them that would be free. That kind of empowering Black joy gave them the will to hold on and press forward no matter what situations confronted them. Today, we are manifestations of our enslaved ancestors' wildest dreams. When Black communities and Black individuals decide to identify for ourselves and provide value in Blackness, while the culture we are immersed in tells us that we should not value Blackness, that's resistance and opposition to racism and inequality. Juneteenth, as well as June's Pride Month and other Heritage Month celebrations, are great examples of celebrating as a form of protest. In celebration of Juneteenth, rather than more dominant notions of what our community is and how our community should be viewed, we instead witness our communities themselves intentionally drawing on self-validation, self-valuation, and self-definition. In celebrating the vibrancy and camaraderie of Juneteenth, Black communities refuse to accept suffering against oppression. We choose instead empowerment. But even more than that, it is a show of support that not just for the African American community, but the fact that Juneteenth represents freedom for all. Today and every day, we hope that you find joy in the act of resistance, resilience, reclamation, and renewal that is Juneteenth. Thank you so much.